Stop everything, it's just wrong. Stop, don't wait for her to kill you. Don't wait for her to kill you. Don't wait for it to stop. It won't ever stop. It won't ever stop.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tech Condo. My name is Petra. Really cool of you to be here live and direct. Every Saturday, I'm live, and it's 7 p.m. Central European Time, and that is also the standard. Now, this is going to be a little bit awkward for the US people because it is at a different time zone at the moment due to the fact that we will go to summertime this coming Sunday. As you have maybe seen during the pre-show, I do have a special guest today that is producing the show with me. That is Scooter right here. That is right there. He is here. He is. He is, spinning and making these nice, beautiful sounds, which is really cool. So he's really enjoying himself. Before the show, it was quite a bit of a problem because he was literally on top of the trussing. So it's like, ooh, I hope that he's going to be a little bit more relaxed during the show. Luckily, that is exactly the case. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this episode. So this is going to be a little bit of a different episode today. Let me know in the comments if there are any technical glitches, like the sound, because the previous episodes were a little bit awkward, maybe. But this time around, I do not have my phone with me, so it might be okay. Anyway, I want to say, first of all, want to talk with you about who's live and say hello to people. Then let's see if there are some comments or questions that you want me to talk about. I myself also have prepared 3 topics that I can talk to you about. They're not big topics or something, so it's not going to be a full hour. However, it does give you a bit of a feeling on what's going on. And again, really cool of you to be here. So let's just jump right in and just say hi to people. Of course, like always, MT is in. Ooh, that is not okay. Let me see what's happening there. That is correct. That is totally 100% correct. Now let's try it again. That's also wrong. Petra, you're making a mess of it, of course. There you go. This is the one that I wanted to have. There you go. Boom. There you go. Haha, you're here. All right. So MT is in the house, like always. So one of the first, as always, I also see my dad, who is saying hi all to everybody. Roland is also in the house from the Netherlands, like myself and my dad also. MT, of course, from Germany. Like Gerard, who's also from Germany. And let me see. I saw some other people as well. Let's go a little bit further down the road. Vilas is also in the house. Welcome. Cool of you to be here all the way from Finland. I will get to the question of MT in just a minute. MT says the producer Kat is on the show. Yes, welcome, Scooter. He is here. Actually, it was like a zoo just a few minutes ago because even Kermit was here. So it was a big, it was really crowded here in this small studio because it's literally 1.77 meters that way and 2.5 meters that way. So it's quite a small area, but it was really cool to see all 3 of us together in one small room. I see Raoul is in the house. Hello, he says, and Garrett says there should be a mouse on the screen, and yes, that should be the case. As a matter of fact, Scooter was jumping to the screen, just literally jumping across this right from here all the way to there, just because he wanted to catch the mouse. And Scooter is really one that is really active, I can tell you. Indeed, Scooter is very interested in the mouse pointer on the screen. Yes, absolutely. I am supervised, absolutely, and so true. I think a picture of a real mouse. I don't think that's going to work for some reason. It does need to move a little bit. Otherwise, they're not reacting to it, it seems. MT says this weekend the clock goes 1 hour forward. So that like in I think almost all of Europe, or all of Europe even. Christoph is also in the house. Welcome, Christoph. Cool of you to be here. And I think then I am ready. Cool. All right. So All right. So Q&A session. So the floor is also yours. So please go ahead and ask the questions. Like I said, I prepared three topics myself. But because the question came in from MT, I'm going to start with this one. Any suggestions for a wireless in-ear monitor system? Cool of you to ask. It was part of the setup anyway for today. So I actually have it prepared even. Let me show you what I think is the best solution, at least for what I think. That is going to be the Shure in-ear wireless system. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I hope that I don't wake up my cats, or maybe I do, but I have here a full setup, which I can show you if he allows me to, that is. And it looks like the following. This is the box right here. This is the Shure PSM300 transmitter P3T. And I'm going to show you on my camera right here what it looks like. Let me zoom in a little bit by just moving it a little bit closer. I hope that, again, that my cat will not. There you go. So this is the box. And as you can see, it only has a few buttons right here. So it has one button here. It's called sync. So that's where you can sync the let me go a little bit closer. There you go. So it's there you go. Now you can see it a little bit. So you have one button sync here. You've got one about the group and the band, and then this one is also very important because it will switch on the device like so. And what I can do now is that I can show you what it looks like by removing my headset that I used in the pre-show and adding this this wire right here. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. There you go. And now you can see that it's actually showing you the voice. You can actually turn the knob, making the volume lower or higher, like so, depending on what you like. Again, there's a sync button, and the reason why there's a sync button and an antenna is, of course, that there is also a wireless backpack set, and that is this one right here, by Shure. And for the people that do want to know what which one this is the PSM300, the transmitter P3T, and you have to be careful what the band is, because you cannot use every band in all countries in the world, but this one has been verified. I can use that without a license, and it does come with this really cool backpack right here. So I'm going to show you here. That's this one right here. And it does come with standard AA batteries if you like. It has, of course, a way to mount it on your trousers or whatever. And you can also charge it, but you do need a specific battery that is a placeholder battery that is AA related. But yeah, that's what it looks like. This is not plastic. This is really a product that is 100% with metal, and so it's very, very sturdy. And all you need to do is add two AA batteries and just switch it on. It's just there's a knob right here. Let me go to that other. So there's a knob. You switch it on, and it turns on. And it's literally, if you want to sync it, you can by. Oh, let me show that also. So if you want to sync it, you can just do that by opening it up and pressing the sync button right there. And that would be enough to connect the two. Now, the combination of the two is actually P3TRA. I am not kidding. P3TRA stands for Petra. So I'm actually very happy that I have a headset that's actually related to my name. So it's very easy for me to remember it even. Belt clip. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, MT. The belt clip. That's what I was showing to you. I was searching for the English word for it. Indeed, the belt clip right there. And indeed, sync with a C, not with a K. Let me see if I do see a lot of people coming in. I will be talking to you in just a minute, but I want to make sure that I have provided the right information to you. So what is the use case of this product that I have in front of me? Yeah, so the transmitter and the, no, sorry. Yeah, that's correct. The receiver is right here because it has in-ears, and I have special in-ears that I've created a long time ago. So these are actually made for me, and of course I love cats, so I actually put some cat logos on it right there. And these are by Ultimate Ears, so these are specifically tailored to my ears. And the reason why I had that was because well, I have been working for the radio station for a long time, and also being mixing bands, that kind of stuff, and I really wanted to have something that was really close to my ears, so that I had a very good sound quality, and that was basically the reason. And I've been using these for at least 10 years from now, maybe even 12 years or so, and they're really good. So that's Ultimate Ears by Logitech. Don't do that on the keyboard, Scooter. Don't do that, okay? No. Not on the keyboard. No. That's okay. he was pressing the keyboard. Anyway, so that is that. I hope that was fine. So just batteries, just simple AA batteries will do, but also there are specific batteries, but sure, that you can use with this. And this is really an advanced version and really powerful. And this is, oh yeah, use cases. That's what I was saying. Use cases are for me in the studio. I'm actually using it for if I have an interviewee and I want to talk to them, and I don't want to be tangled to the product right here. I want to just be available to walk around and do stuff. That is the reason why I have it in my studio. This has been in the studio for quite some time already. I mean at least a year or two. However, it will, let me just switch it off. It will go from the studio to my 19-inch rack, because I am planning a audio interface as well, and that will be the one that I will be using. Let me get the cables out of the grabbing position of my cat, because that's a bit of a problem. If my cat is starting to be active, then I have to pay attention to him. Sorry for that. Anyway, yes, I hope that was fine. All right, let's go ahead and talk to there were some other questions, I believe. Let me see. No. Oh, sorry. Of course, I also want to say hi to Harry, all the way from Boston, US of A. Always like your content. Oh, so thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And Harry says, oh, I've learned a lot with Petra content. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And Go Web Technologies, namaste. Really cool of you to be here. You need a specific cat keyboard. Yes, most likely I do. Elon is in the house as well. Good vibes, he says. Shalom, really cool of you to be here. And Play Movie all the way from the Netherlands, like myself. Welcome. Really appreciate you to be here. Okay, I think that we have everything. So that was the first content of today. So in-ear monitors, 2 use cases, one for in my studio for interviewing guests, but also in my audio setup, because in my audio setup I want to make a possibility so that I can have one presenter and maybe a co-presenter that have a headset, and at least one of them needs to have an in-ear to be able to, so that I can talk to that person. And so that's the first reason, but also to play some audio if needed. I'm still ironing out what I need exactly, because it is possible on the back of that unit that I just showed you to set the transmitter to mono, which means that you can actually add 2 of these receivers to the mix on one single transmitter. So that is a more flexibility, and you can also, if you do stereo, you can also mix between the 2 channels as well. So there's a lot of functionality there that you can use with that in-ear microphone. Sorry, not in-ear headset. I mean, from Shure. So more to come about that audio rack. I'm sure of that, but I'm still ironing out the ins and outs, and because it's quite everything costs money. I'm really trying to figure out what is the best way of gradually over time increasing the amount of products that I'm using for my live stream, and buying the ones that I need first, and then second and third. Basically, that's more in general, and I don't know if I've told you that before. I think I did, but it might be some time ago. You see here a big studio, and I mean there's a lot of gear here. I am aware of that. However, you might not know that I have been building up the studio for 12 years. So yes, there's a lot. Actually, after 12 years, still a lot. But no, that is not something that just came out of the blue. It is really something that, I mean, if you look back on the TechCono YouTube page, you will see actually one of the first few videos are actually just in my living room with just a blank wall with just some lights. That's it. So it's literally, it came from nothing, and it just gradually over time I made it a little bit more. So that's just something that I want to say. Go Web Technologies. Do you have any Raspberry Pis in your setup at the moment? That is not required for me. Will I have it in the future? I would state definitely. Definitely for a few reasons. The first reason would be to run Companion, but that's going to be on my 19-inch rack, because here it's all vMix based. Now it's 100% vMix based. In the future, and the future it might be even as early as next year. I am going to decommission this computer that I'm watching at the moment. It has been very good to me. It has been here for over 10 years now, but it is showing its age, and it's also showing the amount of CPU is literally at 100% at the moment, and it has been there almost steadily throughout the whole show, which is something that I do not want to have moving forward. So I want to offload it a little bit. So I want to remove this computer right here, use this computer right there, and then add the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO to the mix so that it becomes something that is stable for a longer period of time. That being said, 10 years is quite a long time. So I'm really happy with what I had so far. So no Raspberry Pi. Oh, and the Raspberry Pi is for Companion, but also for a playout system, because I want to be able to demo some features to you, maybe in future ATEM products, because I am in the market for a ATEM Mini Extreme ISO based on SDI. I told you, I think last week. So that is something that I'm definitely in the market for, because the ATEM Mini Extreme is now part of the 19-inch rack, and I just want to remove it to be fully SDI based in my 19-inch rack. Question of MT: is there anything put out on the market what you can cover up the in-ear and microphone situation in one product? I am not aware of that, to be honest. I think it's always two different products. I'm not sure, to be honest. I've not seen it. I've not seen it with Sennheiser. I've not seen it with Shure. I've not seen it with Line 6, I believe that's the brand. So I have been looking around for it a little bit. It might be that they are there, but then they are typically not rack mountable. And I really want to have rack mountable units. And that does mean that you have some other things that you need to be aware of and look at. That being said, for the headsets, I think that they don't exist, but for the microphones, they do exist. That you can have two receivers in one large 19-inch 1U product. However, I think that I'm not going to do that. I want to have the ability to stack them. And so I will most likely have a pick and choose of maybe two microphones and one of the headsets. Maybe I'm going to purchase another headset, in-ears. Maybe I'm going to purchase a second one in a later stage. However, it's quite a lot of money, so maybe not for now. I don't know. At least two microphones, definitely, 100%. And I will be using that also here during the show, because I want to be able, especially when I'm really working on the 19-inch rack that I've promised you, I want to be able to do that from my living room. Why? Because I have more space than I have in the studio, and because the audio will be a little bit more crappy there, I want to have something close to my mouth, and that is where the headset comes into play as well. Go Web Technologies say, what are your views on Companion? There's a lot of discussion happening on the stability. Okay, good question. My views. So until very recently, and I would state very recently, November of last year, I actually sat right here in one of the shows that I would not be using a Companion. Period. Why? Because I already have I already have the Skyroid devices, which are really, in my opinion, way better than what Companion can do. However, the Skyroid devices do cost way more than a Stream Deck and Companion. So it's a bit of a apples and pears thing there. I understand that. Moving forward, I did learn that it is possible to connect not only the ATEM, but also vMix to Companion, but also my future microphone by Shure is also 100% connectable via Companion. So now it becomes really interesting, because now I can really automate everything. And that is something that I truly believe in, because if I'm doing a show, I'll typically do that with myself and maybe one or two colleagues, but no more than that. And if you have like 5 cameras and you have a lot of audio equipment going on, etc., you want to make it as easy as possible. So that means more automation up front. But once you have it all up front, and the cool part of Companion is that you can save settings. The same thing goes for some of the microphones by Shure. You can save a lot of settings as a profile, and you can just fill it in. You can just save, load it in once you need it, and this saves a lot of time. The whole reason, by the way, that I have those flight cases is literally time. Not having to spend 6 hours to build things up, but just maybe an hour, maybe 1.5 hours at the most. That's what I want to do in the future. So Companion, definitely something that I'm definitely going to use for my live production setup. In this studio, I think that I'm also going to use it more and more. But the use case here is going to be more related to a future product that I will be purchasing, namely a smart video hub 20x20 or 12x12. I'm still in debate with my dad what is the best. It's definitely not going to be this year, because this year I already purchased the 12x12 for the rack, and yeah, it's going to be sometime next year, maybe. Let's see. A lot of information there, I think. About reliability. Yes, I do know that the reliability on the Companion is on Windows maybe not always the best, but what I've learned at least is that, and I don't know if that is still the case on the M1 processor, but I know that on the Mac it was very stable. and otherwise maybe Linux. The only thing is, and that's coming back to the earlier question on the Raspberry Pi, I am a bit in the debate if I want to use the Raspberry Pi with Companion for a big production. The reason behind that is that the Raspberry Pi does, in my opinion, too much have issues with the card, the storage card. It will just break, and then you need to reformat it. There's a lot of blah. I don't like to have that need. So I am not 100% on board if it comes to Raspberry Pi for this kind of behavior. I am 100% on board for just smaller increments. I would rather have it on Linux or on Mac than on Windows. At the moment, by the way, I am using Windows because of my limited amount of laptops that I have. I have one laptop that is Windows, and I got the new MacBook Pro, which is of course the M1 Max, as my private laptop that I'm actually using for most of my work these days. So my Windows laptop is more oriented to streaming, and everything else is the Mac. Hey Jason, what's going on? I really appreciate you for being here. GoWeb says we're using Raspberry Pi for PlayLB. That's exactly the application that I was talking about. H2R graphics browser out and Companion. So H2R graphics, although I do have a license to H2R graphics, and I think that John is doing a fantastic job to it. I am actually using vMix, and it's so easy to use it this way. I'd rather stick with this setup than having an additional product there. But indeed, if you do not own vMix, definitely go with John's product. It's really good. So absolutely do that. Hey, Noel from Puerto Rico. Welcome. Really appreciate you for being here. Yeah, that's another thing. So you probably can't use Companion and H2R graphics on the same Raspberry Pi. I think so too. I think that it's too much effort for both of them to be on the same product. So it is. Companion is a product that does take some compute power off your system because it's pulling the whole time, right? So it's really looking for that device very, very often. My dad said the store cards in the PI are not reliable. The Samsung M5, M7 would be more reliable. An M2 drive is also a good alternative. And that is indeed a good suggestion. And maybe I need to look into having a Raspberry Pi with that M2 connection to see if that is something that I can use. Because at the moment, I'm actually literally considering to purchase the MacBook Air as an additional device to run the ATEM software, so that I can control the device, but also to run other softwares. For example, the Shure wireless workbench is an application that I would like to use as well, and so I do need to have two screens, and I do have to have that separated. But of course, I'm not gonna say it again. All right, cool. Okay, so this is something that seems to be working. I built two of them with an M2 SSD. That's an interesting concept. I will verify that. Thanks. All right, so moving on to the next topic at hand, and that is something that I promised you earlier on, but I did not really talk about it, and that is to create a nice stinger, a nice stinger effect. And there are some, I can do it a few ways, so I will show you the easiest way if you have vMix, but there are multiple other ways. So, and you can use them also in conjunction with the ATEM Mini, and I will also touch upon that very soon. It's a little bit of a deja vu feeling that you will have in just a minute, but this is my setup right here. So here I am on the top corner, as you can see, but this is what I am looking at on my screen, on at least one of the screens. And there's a lot going on, so I will just try to limit a few things by removing this part, maybe removing the whole thing here just to make it a little bit smaller. There you go. A little bit easier for you to see what is going on. So this is the new vMix25, and I want to talk to you about the Stinger first. So I do have a Stinger actually. I did not use it really today, but this is my Stinger right there. But you can see that the timing is a little bit off. So that is something that I will be talking about in just a minute, how you can fix that. But you can actually create your own app, but you can also use built-in stingers by vMix. vMix does have them also. So the way that you can do that is to go to add input right here on the lower end of the screen. So let me do that again. So watch, the mouse is going all the way to the left bottom and states add input right here in the below end. Click on that and it will open up this dialog right here. Then you can go to title XAML. This is this one right here. So that's the fourth from below. And then there is a possibility. I will just go like so that you can see me. And then you can click on GT stingers. So these are stingers that come with vMix right there. So you got these are all available to you from the get-go without any need for adding other parts as well. It's just the possibility. So you have one with logos, without logos, etc., etc. So for example, if I want to have this orange circle, I can just click on that, hit OK. So now it's added, and I can then go all the way down, and here you have the orange circle. And if I then play it, it looks like this. So it will automatically open it up like so. So what I then can do is that I can make this a stinger. The way that I do that is by going to overlay. And then in the overlay section, you have here at number, you can click on that and then you can go to stinger 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use stinger 4 because the stinger 1 is in use. And then you'll see that there's an effect duration and the stinger input. The stinger input is stinger 14, which is the last input that I have, or 34. And then what you need to do is that you need to click this on this side, and you can actually see how much time it takes to go through that process. So it seems to be a bit of an awkward one. So let's get another one because I don't like this one. Maybe get another one. Stinger. Let's just take this one right here. I think that this one is better. At least I've tried it before and that one does work a little bit better. Okay. So let's try it again. And let's go into the overlay screen. Then say stinger 4. It is the duration effect is I cannot see how much it takes. Maybe it's automatic. Let's see if this one is automatic. Stinger like so, and I say stinger. It's not working the way that I thought. What am I? Hey, that's awkward. Okay. I'm making a mistake for some reason. Type is this. Stinger input. Okay. Gotcha. I'm gonna go back. So it was something very small, of course. So let me go back to my screen. Poof. There you go. So what I did now is I'm going to go to the overlay. I think that I almost did the same thing last time, but then I can go to stinger input right here. go all the way down to this one, and then it automatically shows exactly what the time is, etc., etc. And then I'm going to say OK. And now if I click on Stinger, it will automatically make it correct. So because it's built in, it will automatically do it correct, like I do right here. And you can see that it's working like a charm. So it's literally because I selected something else before I did this validation. So that's the reason why it didn't work. So now I think that if I go then remove this one right here and then go to the orange one, it will automatically work. So let's go back to the title XAML, then go to GT stingers right here, then go back to the lower end, this one right here, click on it, boom, remove this one, and then then let's go to overlay, then select stinger 4 from this pull down, then to stinger input all the way down to the stinger gravity orange, and then say hit OK. And now if I hit stinger 4 right here, it will automatically go this route. Poof. Right, perfect. That's what I wanted to show. So it's really, really easy. Now I have to admit that it looks like there's also a new functionality within vMix, and that is that these days you can also change the color. I've not tried that before, so this is a live setup. So let's click on this cogwheel right here. Click on that. No, Petra. Click in the center and then say title editor. That's what I need to do. So click on the center, right mouse click, title editor, and then I can see here the image and the color. And I believe that if this is filled in, and you do need to add a parameter for that, you can change the color to any other color. But of course, that is not possible in this, but it should be possible in, for example, let me show you something else. It should be possible with, for example, the ticker board or the scoreboard. So for example, if I have this scoreboard right here, then possibilities are coming your way. So this is the scoreboard right here. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Let me go to this. I'm going to just hit overlay. There you go. Boop. So for example, if I want to change the color of the center to, for example, I don't know, yellow, let me just make the home another color, like I don't know, blue or something. That is possible. The way that you can do that is that you can just hit the title editor, and then you'll see that there's a lot of text images here, but you can also have the color, and you need to select it. That's the problem. So if I go to away title, I think that now you can hit the color. Why is it not lower? Okay. Okay, I'm not paying attention to it. I'll verify that later, but it should be possible, very easy. And in case you think that I'm making it up, it's literally stated right here, color changing title. So I will be verifying it at the later stage, because I thought that I had verified it correctly, but I did not for some reason. I will verify that. But it is cool that you don't have to remove all. You don't have to go in the designer to change the color anymore. Now moving on to the next way to create a stinger effect is also very easy, and that is by, for example, a website that I've recently figured out. And that website I will show you right now. I will go to my other display on my computer, like so. And it is at visualsbyimpulse.com. So I'll just copy that into the chat. There you go. So that you can have a look at it yourself at a later stage. And this is where you can hit Tools, then go to Transition Maker, personalize stingers with your logo and brand colors. If you click on that, then you can go down. Let's accept this first. Then go down, and here you have a plethora of stingers that you can either purchase by credits, but there are also 2 of them that are free. So for example, this angular right here is free, and this drop down is also for free. So that both of them are really cool. So if you hit the angular one, for example, right here, you can then add your logo. So for example, I can add my logo. Let me see if I assets TC logo. There you go. So that's my TC logo right there. Of course, my color is a little bit more purplish. So let's just change it to purple. Oh, that's perfect. And then I'll just hit save changes. Of course, you need to log in. Let me log in. Did I do that via Facebook? Let me check very quickly. Think that I did that via Facebook. Allow. Okay, let me go back to the one that I had prior. Oh, wait for it. There you go. All right, we're back to that page. Let me see it one more time. So upload an image. That's this Taekwondo logo right there. Save changes. Add to queue. So now this one right here, transition preview. I will add it to a queue, and then you don't have anything processing. It's pending, and once it's where's my queue? Oh, here it is. So now it's processing. As you can see, it's bleeping all over the place, but it is processing. It states 34%, about 5 minutes. So I need to wait for a bit for it to be loaded. And then once that is done, we can then integrate that into the mix. Now, if you do not use vMix, but you, for example, use OBS, then you can still use it, because you can just save it as a WebM product, or I think that I've misstepped that just now. You can change it to a WebM product, or you can just make it a transparent movie, like a so that with alpha channel, etc. And you can use that into your mix. And I've been using that for a long time already. If I want to have something really fast, I can use that as well. So that is another way of doing it. Of course, also John also has its own setup for creating some simple transitions, if you'd like. But I do like this one very much, because it's really looks really cool, basically. All right, let's see what if there are any other questions or that you want to talk about. GoApp Technology says, just to mention that we are using 3 different Raspberry Pis. Also, we keep a clone of a card handy just in case something goes wrong. Yeah, that's another way of making sure that you have a backup plan, especially because, you know, booting a Raspberry Pi is quite fast. So you're out of the woods quite fast. My dad is then talking about the newer versions are possible more reliable, as they are more headroom and not getting too hot. My belief is that the cycle heat is the contributor to that. Yep. Go Up Technology says, I recently used vMix to convert Stinger videos files to PNG images and then use those in HDR graphics. Stingers. I mean, sorry. Yes, that's a very good way of using vMix. I mean, you can have vMix running at a quite nice price already. So check it out. Now, I have to admit, I have the top tier products due to the fact that I have been working for vMix in the past. So that's the reason why I have the top tier product, but definitely you can use the more cheaper version as well. So we talked about the in-ear microphones, we talked about Raspberry Pis, we talked about Stingers. Now let's talk about the vMix25. I also already, as you've seen, it's not really that everything is known 100% to me, but I just wanted to make sure that you are aware that there is a new version out. You can watch everything by yourself. It's out of as of the March 9th. There's a whole video right here. One of the coolest things that I've seen is the live LAN feature that you have with the product. With live LAN, you are able to not only stream to the outside world, to vMix, to YouTube, to Facebook, etc., etc. You can also stream internally to any computer that you'd like. Because what will happen with a internal live LAN, that is literally the following. And let me check that. Oh. Are you okay? Are you going away? Or are you making some... Okay, he's staying. All right. Let's show you my display again. Right there. Boom. All right. Now, so that live LAN, that's literally, if you here see the stream, the stream is literally active at the moment. I can click on this cogwheel again right below. So maybe, yeah, if you don't see it, it's literally in the below our end, the red part right here. And if you see the mouse, then click on that. Then you can go to, for example, the third option that I have. So I already have 2 streams running. I'm going to add a third, and then I'm going to say destination, and the destination is the live LAN destination. And I can actually then just start the stream like so. Click. So now it's streaming also to the third. And so there's stream 1, 2, 3 on the top of the screen. So I'm streaming to 3 locations. I can click view stream at the moment. I am not going to start it up because of the problems that I'm having. But here you... let me see if I can get it back. Yep, there you go. So here you have the possibility to, if you click on this, then it will automatically start that VLAN and you will be able to see it. Let me just quickly remove the third because I don't feel comfortable with 3 streams on my computer. So stop 3. There you go. So that is the way that you can do it. So you have just an internal address. And then that will work. All right. So that is that part. So that is a real cool contribution to vMix25. Another contribution to vMix25 is basically a better way to save things. So in previous incarnations, you have the possibility to save the project, which is just an XML file that contains all of the relationships to videos and other inputs. However, there was not a way to combine them in one single zip file, and that has now changed. Now you can create a full-on zip file with everything in there. So let's show how you can save it. You can just hit save as bundle. So I'm clicking on that arrow, save as bundle. And if I want to save it as bundle, I can just say that I want to save it on my desktop. I don't care. TC test. So that this is a bundle, so there's a vMix zip file, which is just a zip file with everything in there. I'm going to hit save. This is everything that is going to go in there. So it's quite a big file. It's going to be 534 megabytes. I can actually remove, for example, the video if I would like to right here. So that's all possible. You can see literally the paths. If I hit save, then you can just save the whole thing. And that is really gonna make a big difference, especially, and let's try that out, if I can make this project available on that computer right here. So let's do that. So I'm gonna hit save as here, save as bundle. Again, I'm gonna put it on my D drive because that is shared with the other one. And then I'm gonna say TC test again. And I like it. Just on the D drive, I don't care. And and hit save. And now it's saving the settings, so that will take some time. Where are you? Wait a sec. Wait a sec. What are you doing? No. You're coming through me. There you go. It's a climber. My cat is a climber. He loves to climb in curtains, and of course these are curtains right here as well. So he really likes them. But yeah, of course in this area I don't really like him to do that. But yeah, let's see how long he can stay with me today. So now that is done, now I can actually go to the other side. And let's see if I can open it up as a bundle. Come to think of it, did I install 25 on this one? I don't know anymore. I think I've installed... it's still 24, so it's not going to work. Okay. But we can do that. I'm going to show it to you that's working... if you have more time, but let's continue. But if you like me to install it there, I will. Well, let's just install it. Update, yes. Update. So it's now installing 25 in the meantime, and we'll show you in just a minute how that looks like. Then the possibility to add categories. Now we already had quite some the possibility of these categories that you see right here. So you got a red one, a green one, a yellow one, purple, blue, and dark blue. But that was it. You didn't have any more other categories, and these are really handy to make it more interesting to know what you are looking for. For example, these are videos or some pictures that I would like if I'm on location. So I have my live view can come in right here. So it makes it easier to identify what you're looking at. So it's just a filtering mechanism. Now you can just click on the right click on it, and then you can add a plethora of additional colors. So you can add a color right here, and you can just say I want to add this one right here, and I want to give it a name, Petra, for example, and hit OK. And now this one is added, and now you can use it for other things as well. So that is really cool that functionality is also available to you. It makes it easier to have everything connected in a way. And yes, also of course the color. Let me just change the color because I forgot that. Where is it? Oh, yeah, here. Oh, right click, double click. And then maybe make it, I don't know, yellow. Boom. Okay. Poof. Now it's yellow. So that is the possibility that you have with this new setup. I already talked about the color changes of vMix, and I think that I need a little bit more time for that to figure that out. And it is NDI5 compatible, so that's a big chunk because everything, all cameras that you see in my studio are NDI enabled. So my studio is NDI. My on location is now a combination of HDMI and SDI, but my wish is to have everything SDI, with maybe the exception of 1 or 2 channels on my rack. And here in the studio, everything is NDI. The reason why I wanted to have it NDI is that it makes it way easier for me to utilize this computer if this computer crashes. All right, so now it's going to install vMix25 at the back of the unit. It was still on 24, but I did. It is, if all is well, it is licensed to become a 25 machine. By the way, this was the first time that I had to update my vMix license. The vMix license update is always, no matter what kind of vMix that you have, is 60 euros for a full year, which is, I think, way better than, for example, Wirecast has. 60 euros is, of course, it's money, but it's definitely far less than Wirecast or something. Yep. As a comparison, I'm not even talking about Livestream Studio, because Livestream Studio is even 50 euros, 60 euros per month, right? So I'm not even gonna bother to talk about that. All right, let me see if there are any comments. Ooh. Go app. vMix is very user-friendly and with tons of features, but since we had spent a fortune on the Blackmagic 810 Mini, we're doing things the hard way. Let me talk about that. Let me be very frank about it. So I am actually moving partly away from vMix. So at the moment, the whole show is going via this product, but I do want to move back to wired, because I do like the 810 Mini better than vMix. However, these overlays and playing videos, etc., it's way easier. So what I want to do is, in my studio, to have the 810 Mini in front of me. So just like I have the Stream Deck here, the Stream Deck is on. I also want to have, for example, here or here, the 810 Mini Extreme, so that I also have the full functionality, and I can use even a simple laptop to run the show. So that is one reason why I want to do that. The other reason is just because, like I always say, for this smaller kind of, I actually had an issue during the startup of the show. My stream died on me, maybe just 5 seconds, but it was 5 seconds that it died on me. So that is something that I don't want to have during a real gig. That's the reason why I want to have everything separated as much as I can. So I'm using a web presenter for streaming. I'm using the 810 Mini for switching the cameras, but I'm also using the 810 Mini to overlay, for example, vMix or Pro Presenter, one of the two. So I'm bringing it in via an Ultra Studio into the 810 Mini, and that's going to go out. The reason why I'm doing that is that if vMix crashes, which luckily does not often happen, I only had it once, to be honest, so that's all. That was just one time. But if that happens, then at least I can just quickly remove the upstream key, for example, and then just have it without any graphics. And then once that is done, this is going to go live. Yep. Yeah, nobody saw it, huh? Nobody saw that you do that, huh? Oh. Why are you why are you so unbelievably active, my friend? Yeah? I am in love with you still, huh? Huh? Yeah. No. Go. So, that happened. Yeah. So, that is that. No. Go. Go. There you go. He's going. Good. Empty says the following. How you can receive the local stream? Can you stream a URL link in advance? Yes, you will know what the link is because it is actually already, you know, which what your local address is of your vMix instance, and it just just add the port. I think it's by default 8088, and then /live LAN. Let me see. I did see it just a few minutes ago, but I didn't. So let me go that route again. View stream. So it is literally. Oh, it did actually do something. So I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, there you go. Oops. Let's remove and then show you what it looks like. So here you have it. So it's literally my internal IP address, port 8088 and /live LAN. And then if you hit this, you will see that it's actually going to go live. But let's not do that because I don't want to do that at the moment. So yes, you do know the live link in advance. Jump to 4:45. It states, yeah. So, but I think I just did it again. So you know. Yep, the climbing cat was in the house indeed. I still love him. But it's definitely a handful. So that was vMix. I hope that was also interesting for you guys. I think that we had like 3 topics today, which was the in-ear headsets for if you have, for example, interviews, or you have a on location where you want to talk to the presenter, and that is a possibility for you right there. We talked about vMix, of course. We talked about Stinger transitions, and we talked about Raspberry Pis. So I think that we have a lot of things that we had a discussion about. One question that I have for you: do you like this kind of Q&A sessions that are not 100% prepared, but where you have a lot of influence on the topic? If you like that, please say at the moment yes in the comments, in the sense that yes Q&A. Let's just call it yes Q&A, because that will be helpful for me in order to see if I want to do this more often. This is the first time this year, and it might be something that I can do every month, just one time a month. Then I will that one time a month, that will be a free topic, so that you guys can determine what you like. I already see some yeses coming in, so I'll just wait a little bit longer for that. Empty says that's great. So every newer smart is able to display the stream. We'll try it out for the next week. In case I have time. Yes. All right. So I do see some yeses coming in. I see a yes from MT. So that's 1. I see Robot is also saying yes. Vil is also saying yes. Really, really cool. Thank you. Gerard, thank you. Yes. Joel is also saying yes. So I think that it's a safe bet to say I will be doing one of these Q&As per month. Most likely, looking at what the date of today, maybe it's always the last Saturday of the month. Let's see if that is something that we would like to do. But I also liked it because there's a lot of interaction going, and I also don't really know upfront what you will be talking about, which is also fun for me. I have also learned some things today as well, so that is always cool. Elon is also saying yes in the meantime. Okay, thank you so much for being here, Live Interact. Really, again, appreciate you for being here. What I do want you to do is that please go ahead and like this video, and also if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. That would be really appreciated. Now, I think that because I had to redo the stream, the Facebook part just went down. So unfortunately today no Facebook comments, but next time I hope that will be better. Thank you so much again for being here. I did see the yeses, so one time a month there will be an open Q&A stream, especially for you. I will look over the shoulder of my cat, and I will see you next week, same time, same channel. Have a good one. Bye bye.